I was arrested. Then I went to jail for 52 days. Then they put me in AADAP.
The judge really, she told me, "What are you gonna do, David? You know, like we could, apparently, you know, like your probation rules, you're not following them, you're not learning from anything. If we put you on house arrest, it's not really gonna do anything. We might as well just lock you up."
I grew up in the Philippines, in Manila, March 1990. I came here with my kids, my 3 kids. I was working, I had 2 jobs. But 1999, I started using drug December. I hang out with the wrong people. I try to hide my addiction. I don't work, nothing. I don't contact them, nothing at all. That's my addiction.
I met Dora about 2007, 2008. She came straight out of the women's lockup. Every time she spoke, she would shake or cover her mouth and all that. So there was a lot of guilt and shame and low self-esteem behind it.
I grew up in Sierra Madre, California. My first experience with like drug use was like to fit in. And like honestly, like before I used to not admit that, but now looking back, it's like I did.
My reaction to David's usage was I was very angry, having to deal with the lies, the stealing, the staying out late, not knowing where he is.
I ran away a lot. And I was like the times I was gone when my mom was saying, "I don't know where you were," I was either at a friend's house or I was sleeping on the street.
I met David in 2004 when he first came into the program, and he was one of those kids where he would be isolating in a corner, really quiet, kept to himself, but I had a lot of things that was going on in his mind.
The therapeutic community and Olympia Academy are our 2 residential treatment programs. The therapeutic community, or TC, is for adults. Olympia Academy is for adolescents.
Treatment is based on really the individuals in the community. We do a lot of confrontation, give a lot of feedback in the groups. It's not as much individual therapy, so the therapist is not usually the generating agent for change. The community is the generating agent for change. It's real intense. It's real intense.
They live here for 12 months to up to 18 months, and it's a long-term treatment facility. We are a part of an LA Unified School District Community Day School. They do different activities, and at night, 3 times a week, they do have group therapy that's facilitated by our counselors.
First time I saw my daughter, she came here, yeah, right, she came here.
We didn't know it, but her daughter was actually looking for her. She would go to the, I guess, homeless spots and look for her, and would stand there in the rain just waiting, and nothing would go by. And then, you know, years would go by, and she finally ran into somebody and said, "Hey, she's actually an AADAP and she's been doing good."
She's really grow. I told her, then I really, "How old are you?" I asked her, "How old are you?"
Seeing them hug, you know, you could tell it was one of those hugs that I'm really happy to see you. I mean, it's one of those, you know, man, why did you ever leave my sight type of hugs, you know? So.
David was the kind of person that held in his feelings, and he wouldn't talk about it. And he would only be angry at you, and he didn't know how to express himself. And I think it was about 6 months into the treatment, I heard that they had to pull stuff out of him in the beginning, and then after the 6 months, they couldn't shut him up.
Now it's like I can communicate with them. Now it's like, especially with my mom, I communicate with her about like what's going on with me, what I'm trying to do, ask how she's doing, and like really talk and listen things out.
Well, she's just totally motivated. She's going to school now, and she speaks her mind now. She's not afraid to speak and be open about it.
I learned how to love myself once again. I learned how to take care of myself. And with my fears, I learned to be more patient and be more understanding. And I learned to love my fears. You know what I mean? If you have an opportunity to change your life, Why don't you take that opportunity? Why don't you work on yourself? Full recovery.